I think first let's just highlight, the guys that returned. I
Okay.
think it speaks a lot to who they are, and I'm specifically wanting to point out Malik and Ronald, who have now been at Mason through three coach. I
The
mean, you're the
coaches.
third. Yeah, you're their third coach. I don't know if that's ever even happened at Mason
Nah,
before. So
well,
like to us, like those guys are like dedicated Patriots through and through. Like them deciding to come back meant a whole lot to I think the fan base. And so just kind of, touch on what it meant to get them to return, obviously getting Dinkins and then, you also had Austin Ball, recommit, I guess. What was it like to sort of bring in those guys from the previous regime?
yeah, no, I mean, credit to those three guys. And if you add Austin in there, those four guys, because we live in a landscape where, I mean, I know you just said that's never happened in Mason. That doesn't happen anywhere. Any chance that guys get a chance to vote and just kind of go something, go somewhere else and see something different, they do it. That's what the portal has become. And both I'm sorry, Ronald Polite, obviously Malik and Dev Dinkins, they could have bolted out the door, but that was my first. As many calls as I was making, trying to fill the other positions, I had to try to build the relationship as organic and as fast as possible with those guys. And my message to those guys were clear. You know, you look around the room, there's a lot of real estate and a lot of new guys that are gonna have to come in and learn so much. You guys know the place, you guys know the culture of as far as the university is concerned, but you guys also know and understand the grass is never greener on the other side. This place is different for me than it was for the coaches that you guys have played for. No disrespect to those guys, but this place raised me. We wouldn't be here if I didn't go to George Mason. And I think that message to those guys, they were familiar with me. Obviously, they're familiar with the history that we've had. It was really easy to sit down and talk to those guys. You kind of when you go through a situation like this, you got to get to know those guys. It's like the first stage, and then you got to like re-recruit them, and then continue to re-recruit them. But I felt like after our first conversation that I had with those guys individually, those guys like showed up right away and just started working. And I think the work, and then gaining trust with not just myself but with my staff, they bought in and they stayed home. Something that just doesn't happen. So I got to give those guys a lot of credit.